next stage with daycare. And our goals are to keep the kids safe, keep the families of the children safe, and also to make sure that there are enough essential workers, starting with the healthcare industry, to be able to man our hospitals and to do the jobs that need to be done. So we will have a change in daycare, and this change will start on Thursday. All centers beginning on Thursday must operate under a temporary pandemic child care license. And I know some centers have already applied for that, and that is in the works with some of them. We're going down to a maximum of 6 children per room. 6 children per room. This is a rather dramatic change, but I felt that was necessary to minimize the risk to these children from other children in regard to coronavirus, but also the risk that poses to that child's family when that child goes home. By putting them into groups of 6, we are minimizing that risk and, in a sense, compartmentalizing these kids. And let me read a part of what the order will say. Small group sizes, no more than 6 children in a class. Ratio in group sizes, let's see. Reduce ratios to 1 teacher to no more than 6 children. Limit use of shared space or mixing of groups. If shared space is used, you must have a rigorous cleaning schedule, and we would recommend actually not having common space so that you would have the 6 children who would be in one unit. The goal is to keep children of parents of the same employer together whenever possible. Again, to try to keep down the risk. Limit parent interaction at the drop-off and pickup. This program will operate until April 30th and certainly may be extended beyond that period of time. Let me now turn to Dr. Acton for comments, and then Lieutenant Governor John Houston.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to begin, as I always do, with the numbers. And I must say again, these numbers are pouring in to us. I'm hearing of cases that are happening at the local level that have not yet been reported to the state. So what I give you when I give you this data is what is known usually earlier in the day that we make final on our website at 2 p.m. Today we have 351 confirmed cases in Ohio, which, as we know and we have spoken of, is the tip of the iceberg of what we're seeing. We heard news of someone close to us just on our way in here that I know isn't in this data. The illness onset range is February 7th through March 22nd. The age range remains 1 year of age to 93 years of age, with a median age of 51 years. We have 83 hospitalizations, numerous ICU. We still have 3 deaths that are confirmed in Cuyahoga, Erie, and Lucas. We now have 40 counties confirming cases in Ohio. I've said over and over to you that every one of us matters and every day matters, but today is the day that matters. Today is the day that we have to batten down those hatches. Today is the day we're doing, the final orders about staying at home and moving to a model of essential business. I want to tell you that it's absolutely essential in Ohio that we don't do this in a piecemeal way, or even around this country. It's absolutely what the scientists are telling us. Again, today I'm exchanging messages and we'll be having a long conversation with the people who invented the model we're following, the flatten the curve. There's no time left. Listen to what Italy is telling us. Today is the day. We have absolutely got to do everything in our power, each and every one of us, to protect the people on the front lines, those essential people, those frontline responders and healthcare workers, those folks doing those essential businesses that will make sure that they protect us. They make sure that we have the food and the medicines and the healthcare we need. So we must protect them so that they can protect us. This is a war on a silent enemy. I don't want you to be afraid. I am not afraid. I am determined. But I need you to do everything. I want you to think about the fact that this is our one shot in this country. All of us are gonna have to sacrifice. And I know someday we'll be looking back and wondering, what was it we did in this moment? There will be so many heroes. I'm following your stories every day. You're heroic when you stay at home and watch your neighbor who's a nurse's child. Everyone is being heroic right now. And I can tell you that every action you take is mattering. But this is that moment. It is our one shot. I can tell you that I already envision a future that is full of hope. I've told you my story about how absolutely essential hope is. It's the one thing that made a difference in a really rough childhood that I had. And I feel more hope than I've ever felt. I actually believe that life is not shutting down right now. Life is not shutting us down, although we're being quiet now and we're making that physical distance. Life seems like it's shutting down, but I feel like life is waking us up. I truly see a vision of a future that is brighter than we have known. I say that from all my heart. I just know it in my heart and soul. So please, don't feel like this is pulling us apart. I believe this is drawing us to each other and binding us to each other. But it will have to be all of us following the direction the governor is laying out to go into this battle and make these sacrifices. We will be with you every step of the way, and we'll continue to share everything as we know it. And I do see us on the other side. Please help us. Thank you.
John?
Thank you, Governor. I want to go through some things that we hope will serve as great resources for business. Just quickly on an overview of the director's stay-at-home order. The goal of this is simply to provide the clear game plan of what it's going to take for us all to defeat the coronavirus. And for business leaders out there and business owners, employees, this information, if it's not already up, will soon be at coronavirus.ohio.gov. Read it. The intent was to make it as clear as possible for you to have the guidance that you need to make the decisions that will help all of us. I want people to know out there that, again, we do not do these things in isolation. We may not be physically together with people, but we consult business, labor, the not-for-profit community, all kinds of advocates to develop the policies that the governor is taking action on. And I know that on this particular order, know that we have the support of the National Federation for Independent Business. We have the Farm Bureau, the Manufacturers Association, the Retailers Association, the Ohio Business Roundtable, and the Ohio Chamber of Commerce. along with consulting with numerous other business and trade organizations, so that we could put something together that would keep us healthy and keep essential business functions in the supply chain moving. One of the things that businesses have been asking is, can we go to a central site to find all the information that is needed for us to help our employees or help with business disaster relief, et cetera. And we have that at coronavirus.ohio.gov/business-help. That is available as a central location where you can find SBA disaster relief, information on the BWC premium deferrals until June, and information on the liquor buyback for restaurants and bars, also the healthcare premium deferral that's being made available for 60 days. All of these resources to help cushion the blow, the economic blow that we know that you're facing. It is also important for you to know that while there are some businesses who won't be operating due to these restrictions, there are some businesses that are critical to the supply chain who are in desperate need of assistance. There are businesses all around the state who are hiring by the thousands. We've been contacted by Walmart, Kroger, Meijer, Giant Eagle, Marks, the part of the grocery store supply chain who need your help. They are hiring. From Amazon, who delivers your packages, to Gojo, who makes the hand sanitizers that many of you use. Discount Drug Mart, I might add, pizza delivery, all kinds of convenience stores that provide gasoline, things of that nature. Much of that information for you is available at ohiomeansjobs.com. And you who are in the workforce, Governor has asked, well, he's ordered today that you stay home, except for those essential needs. And there are many of you out there who are working on the front lines to provide those essential needs, and we are grateful. We want to keep the businesses open that are part of that very supply chain that gives us the opportunity to live our lives with the food and healthcare necessities, et cetera, that we need. And so please continue to do those kinds of things. We need you. We're all in this together. And we thank you for the great work that you're all doing out there.
Happy to answer any questions.